Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've decided to go through the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo that I purchased last year. I think I've been using this for about 8-9 months now, and a lot of people are asking me what vlogging camera I use. Now, I used to use the GoPro 8. I love the GoPro. It lasted me for like 4 years. Really good bit of kit. But after a while, the batteries started to die. I got new batteries, got aftermarket batteries. Sometimes it would freeze. I'd get the video, it would lock, and then I'd just get the audio. It was becoming a bit of a problem and a bit cumbersome. So I decided to upgrade to the Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. So I'm not going to go massively into specs here, guys, because you can get those online. What I really needed to do, I'll tell you about today for the wildlife photographer for a vlogging camera. We're going to go out into the field as well. We're going to try different modes, video modes. So from full HD, ultra slow-mo, 4K slow-mo, 4K 30 and 4K 60. I primarily shoot in 4K 30 and low light modes, etc. It's a really good bit of kit. So the Creator Combo then, it comes with the various bits. So at the moment you've got the actual unit itself in its protective housing there, and that just slots in there, just like that. You've also got an extension piece there that clicks in. You've got a hole at the bottom to plug the tripod in. Charging points there, and there you have it. Quite self-explanatory there, guys. This is the kit, and I do think the kit is worth it, that extra money. So unscrew that, unclip that. So that's no battery in there, that's just an extension. That's the tripod piece, which is really good. With it as well, you get this longer support at the bottom, same again with the hole at the bottom, and that there just locks on, and that's got a battery in it, so it doubles the life of your unit. It's also got a charging point there, and as I said, you can just effectively put that in there, and there you have it, and there's your vlogging cam. Okay, so it's a really good bit of kit. Nice when you're holding it in your hand. If you tighten up at the bottom, hold it in your hand, do your vlogging from there. Absolutely fantastic. As I said, guys, there is some great reviews online about specs and all the logs you can get, different video shooting modes, loads of other functionality and stuff. But I'll just go through some of the plus points and some of the negative points of this, really. As I said, we'll go out into the field, we'll try it, and we'll go through those as well. But also, guys, one thing it's got 3 record audio modes around the system itself. There's one at the back, one at the side, and one on the other side there. And they are great when it's not that windy. It's really good stereo sound. But with it as well, you get this little bad boy here, which is your little wireless mic, which is a really good bit of kit with a mic muffler on top, which just locks in, which is quite nice. You can record independently on this as well, just by going through the functions, pressing on it, and you can just record solely to onboard of the mic. So this has got an internal memory on it as well. You don't put a card in, and you can record audio from that, which is a really good bit of kit. You can also have acoustic noise reduction on it as well, where it'll cut out all the background noise. So I usually have it in that mode, and it'll go yellow on the screen. I put it on, and it cuts out all that background noise. Really good. Just clip it on, off you go. You've got to bear in mind though, when you're using that noise reduction mode, you've got to have the mic quite close to you, because you have it too far away, it doesn't really pick up your voice that well. So just clip it on. You've got a little magnetic bit as well, you can just clip it on. I use the clip at the back, and that can slot in as well on top of a camera as well. So really good bit of kit. And that's pretty much what you get in the combo kit. You also get the charging leads and bits and bobs, and you've got a nice little pouch, and it all fits in there lovely and snug. But they're not like hugely expensive, but it's a really good bit of kit. So guys, you've got some downsides as well. So weatherproofing, obviously, is probably not the best. Got something to bear in mind there. And also the gimbal, the mic at the head is quite flimsy. So when you're stowing this away, the head locks itself into position like it does. And when you come to stow that into its housing, you've really got to be careful when you put it in, because sometimes if you knock it, it starts to spin around and go all wobbly. It feels a bit flimsy. But once it's locked in, there we have it, inside its housing, really good. And if you are using it, if you've got it in front of you on the tripod mount, you can also connect this to there, and you can use that just pop it on there and it gives you a bit more of a directional find when you're recording your audio, or you can obviously talk like that or have it on there, whatever. But it's a really good all-in-one piece of kit, to be honest. A little bit flimsy there, which I'm always a little bit concerned about, but so far it hasn't broken, so it's been pretty good. So now guys, I'm also going to go through some of the slight negatives really. It has got a fixed lens on there. I'll put all the specs in the vlog description and on the screen. It's an f2 aperture on the lens, and it's quite limited. You can't then zoom in. You can digitally zoom in, but if you digitally zoom in, then you lose the quality. Okay, so it has got a restrictive field of view, which is a bit of a pain. Sometimes it'd be better to have that wide angle view. But you can get various filters, magnetic filters that just basically attach to the front. And we've got some of those today. So I've contacted K&F Concept, and they've sent me through a series of filters. So guys, I'm just going to go through the various filters that K&F Concept have sent me through. And we're going to go and try the wide angle filters in the field too, just to give you an idea how much more of a field of view you can actually achieve with that wide angle. As I say, it doesn't give you a dramatic difference, but it just helps that little bit more if you want to get those wide angle shots in the environment, a bit more of your background in, etc. Especially when you're doing B-roll, walking to and fro the camera, all that sort of stuff. So maybe some pano scenery type stuff. So a really, really good bit of kit. So here we've got the wide angle. So guys, they all come with a cleaning cloth as well inside, just there, just to give the lens a bit of a clean. They also come, which is quite handy, with a piece of like plastic that sticks onto the back of the Osmo Pocket 3 screen. They come in each one as well, so you only actually need one, but it's still nice that they do send them through. And here we have the wide angle lens. So there's quite a bit of weight to that, and it's really, really nice quality. Let's pop that down there. Okay, so let's switch it on. There we go. Okay. And all it does, guys, and we'll, as I say, test this out in the field, this just goes onto the front of the lens like that. And I'm not sure if I've got that perfectly lined up. It takes a while to focus, and then it gives you that extended range. And that is quite, that's not moved. Let's have a look. It's pretty good. You've just got to be careful, make sure it's nicely adjusted, and there we go. And you'll see in the video above the difference it is when you're actually getting the wide angle opposed to the standard fixed. F2 it is, the aperture, and obviously that field of view there, you'll see the stats on the screen of what it gives you and what it gives you now with that extended wide angle. But really, really nice, really good weighty quality bit of kit actually, and it makes a great deal of difference. That's one thing I have struggled with this camera, is that lack of wide angle view. But really, really good. Pop it back in there. You can buy filter holders, proper like a filter holder set, where you can pop all your filters in rather than have them in all these separate plastic cases, which I will probably get in the future. So now we're moving on to a series of ND filters as well. Same again, nice little cleaning cloth. Another plastic cover at the back, and here we have these neutral density filters. And these, yet again, guys, the good thing about them, they're actually written on what they are, so you don't get confused. So there we have an ND32, and what I like about them is that you can turn top and bottom as you need. So really, really finely made. As I said, guys, as well, they just go onto the front element again. Okay, be careful not to touch the screen. Careful with the gimbal, and as you can hear that click there, that's it there, fixed on the front, and then you just dial in. You've got to be careful when you're dialing that in as well at the top, that it does move the filter a little bit, so you want to get it to the desired effect at the back of the screen and then go from there. So that is the 32, and in there you've got the 32 and you've got the 512 as well. This sit with a lot more of a dramatic effect there. But they are great quality filters. As I said, that is literally proper darkened out, Great for those sort of slow-mo waterfall effects, especially 4K 120, 240 at full HD. You get some really, really nice slow down water effects, having that neutral density there. Absolutely fantastic. So I'll pop that one off. There seems to be less magnetic on this than there does on the wide angle. The wide angle is really, really quite strong magnet. But yeah, that's real nice. That's real nice. So moving along from there, we've got now the neutral density and the polarizer, which is built in. So you've got an ND8, 16, 32 and a 64. So they are polarizers built into the neutral density. Get these out. Same again. Okay, a series of filters there. Same thing again with a little dial, and you just turn that according to what you want. A really, really nice filters, really, really good quality. You got to be careful when you handle them. Obviously, you do get smudge marks on them, so you just got to bear that in mind. Give them a little bit of a clean, but excellent, excellent filters. And moving on to the large and the last one. Again, guys, there's quite a varied range there of neutral density, depending on what you need and how many stops of light. Here we have again. So we've got 6 there. So you've got one there. That's your circular polarizer, and these are circular polarizers built in. So you've got a 16, a 32, 64, and a 256 all in one set there. Really, really nice. Certainly great for you know, raging seas, streams, blowing trees, nice slow-mo effect. You drop that light down, put the filter in front, you know, you can really, really slow it down. Lovely. Along a river, maybe when I'm doing dipper videos and stuff like that. Maybe I could put the Osmo Pocket 3 on one of the rocks where I know that the dipper frequents, just leave it there, remotely record it with my phone, and then activate the camera. Absolutely amazing. Tap on the screen, it'll track the dipper. Happy days. Really, really good bit of kit. And so that 3-axis gimbal on there is ideal for you know, for tracking subjects. Bearing in mind a bird obviously is quite small in the frame, but we'll go outside and we'll have a go with the facial recognition on me, how the camera follows me around, which is really, really good because it negates then having that second person then filming you. Obviously, there's only so far you can go and moving around, but it's really smooth and really, really nice. So they are the filters, guys, with the effects you get. We'll try some with some slow-mo over water, and certainly when I do vlogs in the field again, I'll be highlighting the fact that I've been using a KNF concept filter, and I'll put that at the bottom of the screen when I do the B-roll, just to give you an idea of how I managed to achieve that effect. But my thanks very much to KNF Concept for sending me these. As I said, the wide angle for me is absolutely key, and that'll be used regularly. Just got to bear in mind as well, when you're out in the field, if you're doing something and you're fairly sort of static and you're not moving around too much, the filters will stay nicely in their place. But for me as a wildlife photographer, moving around, putting my vlogging cam down when I'm doing some B-roll or whatever, you just got to bear in mind they are small, and even though the magnet's quite strong, you've still got to be aware that they might slip down over the lens, or they may fall off. You've just got to be a bit careful, but they are pretty damn good, and especially the wide angle, which is really solid. But yeah, thanks very much indeed, KNF's Concept, for sending me those. They really are brilliant, and the quality, guys, is superb. I was after something like this, looked at the DJI options. They're very expensive. The KNF Concept filters are superb. They really, really are. And it's quite nice as well. You can have limited use, but you can put some filters inside this as well. So if I put the wide angle in there, which it says at the top, wide angle filter there, and the one at the bottom, you could just lock those filters in there. It just locks onto the case. So you just pull them out if you're using limited amount of filters. But yeah, absolutely fantastic, guys. You know, it really is a great bit of kit. But what we'll do now is we'll pop out into the field shortly and we'll give it a go. So guys, here we are outside. There's a bit of noise around me as well. I'm currently shooting with acoustic noise reduction. So it's really only picking up my voice. Anything around me, aircraft, there's a blower and a mower, and it's actually just picking up my voice, and there's very little of that in the background. So as you can see, the audio is pretty good. If I were to move the mic too far away, so I'd be talking here, quite limited on the sound. As soon as that's clipped to my front, the audio is so much better. There's a bit of wind around as well, got the mic muffler fitted, the sound is great. And I've also got active track as well fitted, so it's tracking my face. So as I move, it moves. So axis stabilization there, as I go down, it follows me up. It's lost me there, look. It's reacquired me again, and then slowly coming up. So I probably moved a little bit too quick there, but left to right, camera is tracking me really, really well. And so I can right up to the camera too, moving farther away. There we go, it's got my face and it's tracking really, really good. A great thing there, as I said, guys, it's almost, you know, negates having that second camera person with you. Okay, especially when you're out on your own, as me as a wildlife photographer, it's brilliant to have that in the field. So now guys, I'm shooting in 4K 60. Whether you'll be able to see a great deal of difference or not, I don't really know. The light's pretty good, so I'd imagine the ISO will be quite low, so therefore 60 is going to be sufficient enough. But there we go, that's 4K 60 mode. With the audio mic then set to non-acoustic noise reduction, so I don't know if you're picking any other background noise up now. And now we're going to do just tracking to see how far the camera can track me. I'll move away slowly, and also the audio. The camera's tracking me. Coming back, moving. As you can see, that's pretty damn good. Let's just move the camera. Okay, let's see how far the camera can track before it loses me. Audio's still working really, really well. If I move into that side, camera is still tracking me and coming back. As you can see, guys, that is amazing. That's tracking really, really well. And I was at quite a distance away there. If you're very, very quick, it's not too bad. So that, as you can see, guys, it looks ridiculous if you're watching from the side of the road. You get the idea. You're not really going to be moving as quick as that. Now, as a vehicle going past, see if you can still pick that vehicle up through now on noise reduction. It's pretty good, the audio. So really, really good, guys. And that is in shooting at 4K 60. So guys, I'm back shooting in 4K 30 now. And also now I'll show you a series of slow motions that I've done in previous videos. Also, I'll be showing you a bit of low light mode as well, how it shoots in low light. I'll also be including some time lapse as well. So as you see these various video clips going through, you'll be able to see then engage the quality. You'll see in the description below, I'll be giving you a breakdown of how that was shot. Time lapse, hyperlapse, 4K 30, Full HD 240. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see the difference in the qualities as it goes through. So guys, I'm just going to pop on the wide angle lens now onto the front element, and just to show you what difference it makes to the field of view and how much it extends from that corner. So bear with me one moment, just pop this on. And now if you can see the screen you're on now to what you now effectively get. So just pop that on, guys. As you can see, it's not huge effect, but it gives you just that little bit more wide angle when you need it, and you get more of that landscape in. So I'll just take that off now, and there you can see. So effectively, to the left-hand side there, you get a lot more of that tree, and obviously a lot more to the right-hand side. So a really, really good extra little bit of kit, and for quite a cheap price. As I said, guys, that fixed focal is a limitation, but having this little wide angle clip on at the front is absolutely fantastic. And what I didn't say, guys, as well, when you're shooting in 4K slow-mo, is that you don't have active tracking enabled. And the same when you're shooting in low light mode as well, that function is gone. So there are a few limitations, but really it's not a big deal. But that's the wide angle filter there from K&F concept, really, really good, and a very, very strong magnet. It's really quite hard pulling that off the front element of the glass there. So one thing to bear in mind, that's a really, really good bit of kit. And I'll put all the details of how much of effective area that gives you over what it gives you just with the standard lens. So guys, I've just disabled the wireless mic. That is now off, and now it's running on the 3 mics of the audio through the actual Osmo Pocket 3 itself. As you can see, it's still pretty clear. I'm going to move around as it's tracking me, and as I'm talking, the volume is pretty good, and the mics are picking that up. Okay, there's a mic, I say, at the front, mics at the sides, and that audio is still pretty good. There's a little bit of a breeze. Whether we're getting any interference there, I can't tell you, because obviously I can't hear it, but you get the idea. The mic does make a great deal of difference when you've got that on. Let's just switch that back on. The camera then senses that the mic's back on, and we've switched back on to mic audio from the wireless mic. And I think you'll agree, guys, that probably sounds an awful lot better. But if you don't have the Creator Combo pack and you've just got the camera itself with that, it's fine. Inside the house, stuff like that, brilliant. You know, it does sound really, really good. So that's the mic as it is. I said, guys, it shoots a really good quality mic sound, say 32-bit, fantastic. So guys, we're just going to put on some of the ND filters now, and we're just going to put on the ND8, and within that it's got a polarizer built in as well. Just see what effect that has now with the quality of the video clip. So we've popped that on, guys, and as you can see, that has a slight effect on the video quality there. Certainly with that polarizer, with the harsh bright light today, it's near lunchtime, that makes quite a bit of difference and gives that deeper, richer color. Okay, so that's the neutral density 8 and the polarizer, which is also built in. Now we'll try the 64 to see what difference that makes. There we go, guys. Put that on. You can see the deeper color definitely on the sky, and certainly in the foreground there, you can see it's a lot darker. Okay, but only in certain situations. These will really, really suit, as I said, if you've got movement in trees, doing a lot of slow-mo stuff, and obviously cutting down that polarizer. You've got a standalone polarizer in the pack as well, but this is a polarizer built in with the neutral density filter, which I think really gives quite a nice effect. It's not huge, guys, just enough to make those videos punch a little bit more and have that less harshness and blown out areas. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that quick review today of the Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. As I said, if you can stretch to buy the Creator Combo, it's advisable. It really will save you a little bit of money there. Buying them separately will cost you much more money. So if you can get the kit together, it's great, and it's all housed in that nice pouch, which is really, really good. All in all though, guys, you know, for a wildlife vlogging camera, for me personally, it's great. I use it for, you know, recording my son when he's out on his bike and doing all sorts of events and things. It's really, really good. So it's not just for me as a wildlife photographer. The only things I'm slightly skeptical about sometimes is the weatherproofing, and is that the gimbal at the top there. It can feel quite flimsy as well, and I'm always worried that, you know, that it might get sort of break. I think a few people have had issues with them. I have dropped this a couple of times. It seems to be pretty robust, and once you finish with it, you pop into that housing, slip it into your pocket, jacket, whatever, rucksack, backpack, whatever, and it really is, you know, it's doing really, really well. And the gimbal's been unaffected. It recalibrates itself as well when you stow it away, and it locks it into position. But you can still move it quite a bit, so you've just got to be careful when you're locking that away. But all in all, the video quality is amazing. I think it's 9.4 million pixels on the camera itself, so really, really good quality. As I say, it shoots in 4K 120, 4K 60, 4K 30, 4K 24. It'll do full HD, obviously, and it'll do full HD slow-mo at 240, and 4K 120 is fantastic. It's got low light capabilities on the camera as well, so you can shoot in low light. You do lose the effectiveness of facial tracking in the low light mode, which is a slight limitation, but you can pretty much get away with just shooting 4K 30 when it's low light anyway, and it still tracks you and does a damn good job. It's got hyperlapse and time lapse as well, slow motion, etc. All really, really good functions, and you can shoot in vertical mode as well. So rather than just have full wide angle mode, landscape orientation, you can have it in portrait orientation as well, and I think that's limited to 3K in portrait. So if you're doing anything like any reels or any shorts on YouTube, it's ideal as well for that. I've yet to use that myself, but it's a really good function to have. The battery life is great, guys, with that added battery as well, all day long. I take a little battery pack with me with the USB-C, plug it in when I'm not using it, and it just charges it up, and they charge up very, very quickly. And the batteries last a long time too. So all in all, in a kit like that, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. And for me, you know, it does everything I need. And it's, you know, it's good for amateurs, for pros. You know, you can pretty much get away with that. I'm not saying that this camera here is as good quality as a £3,000 to £5,000 camera with video. It's not. But when you look at it, really, and the sharpness of the camera is amazing. It really is. And the gimbal is superb, the way it tracks you. The files are great. You know, the audio as well, guys, is fantastic. As I said, you've got 3 microphones on the actual unit itself, at the sides and at the front, and that runs and records brilliantly in stereo. The only thing there is a limitation. If it's really windy, then you're going to get the muffling noise. That's where you move into this as well, with a muffler on, and it's amazing. This really does cut down that interference. And I use this all the time, and I say I shoot this. I shoot with this in noise reduction mode. So you'd have to look at the menus, but you just press a button, it goes green, and then you clip it onto your collar, or you've got the magnet you can stick it on. And then you've got to be careful that if you do shoot in noise reduction and you're putting the mic over there, then your mic is not as effective because your voice is a lot quieter. So it needs to be quite close to you for them to get that full effect. But it really does cut out background noise. When I was in Toronto with the aircraft going over, sirens, you know, sometimes there's lots of traffic going past and it cuts out that. You would not believe. Really, really good thing to have. As I say, you've got a separate record function there. You can clip that top of your hot shoe on your camera as well, so that way, and you can record separate audio as well, and it's superb audio. It's 32-bit audio as well. It's one of the highest audio rates you can get, so the clarity is amazing, and the onboard memory, it's brilliant. You just plug cable in the side there and you just download the files to your computer. It really is great. You've got a link mode there. The blue button is just for normal sound, and then you've got your noise reduction as well there, but and the battery life is amazing on that too. But I hope you found that useful, guys. If you're thinking about doing any YouTube, any sort of Instagram stuff, shorts, whatever, you know, Facebook posts, whatever, it is a great bit of kit. And it shoots good stills too, you know, not as good as a camera would, but it's all there in one nice little package. So look no further than the Osmo Pocket 3. It is a great, great camera, and it's not let me down yet. So it's absolutely fantastic. Takes the little nano SIMs at the side there. I've got a 256 and a 512 gigabyte there, and it just lasts me all day long. But yeah, it's fantastic. Any questions, guys, please leave them in the vlog description below. I hope you found that useful. It's just a snapshot, guys. There's loads of reviews on YouTube, as I've said, with more in-depth for those video pro people. I just shoot the basic modes. It works for me. I color correct and stuff on the computer through DaVinci Resolve anyway, but it shoots the various log modes on there as well. I don't really, it's more of a flat video, and then you can do all your color corrections from there, but I just shoot usually 4K 30, 4K 60 and 4K 120, and sometimes full HD 240 slow-mo. But yeah, it's a fantastic bit of kit. Please, if you've got any questions, leave them in the vlog description below. Hope you found it useful. My thanks again to Canon EF Concept for sending me those filters, guys. They really are superb. I wouldn't have contacted them and asked me to try those filters out if I didn't believe they worked. They're a great company, and they've been superb to work with. So I'm really pleased I got those filters as part of my setup. But as always, guys, thanks very much indeed for watching. I'll see you next time.